In this tutorial, we're going to go over how you can modify upstream values within the GREET processes and how those modified values affect your results within the Teams module. So in particular for this demonstration, we're going to use the case of that I want to change the leakage rate of the transportation and storage of liquefied natural gas for a certain process within GREET. And I'll show you what we're going to do in a second. So right here on my screen I have an Excel sheet open with our results from a default run within Teams of liquefied natural gas for all the default values and processes within GREET. And I'm going to use that at the end of this tutorial to evaluate the difference between after the modification is made. So let's go ahead and minimize that. Go ahead and open GREET. Let it load all the way. And it's a good idea right now to make sure that you are on the default worksheet for GREET. If you aren't, that is okay, but it might make a little more sense to go on the default and change your values. If you do decide to change your values in the future and you want to save that specific setup, you can go over to File, Save As, and you can save that GREET project file. It's an extension of .GREET as anything that you would like. And what you can do is it'll always usually default to this default GREET file, but you can go ahead and open any project that you save separately. So if you do modify these values, that is how you can go in and save them and prevent them from being lost on exit. So right here we're on our main page, and what I wanted to do, as I said earlier, was change the leakage rate of the storage process during liquefied natural gas. So I'm going to go to my products over here and I'm going to type in liquefied natural gas. And it's going to pop up right here. You can click on the plus button. And here you can see all the different pathways. And I want to go into the pathway mix for transportation of liquefied natural gas. And I'm going to click on the North American natural gas. Okay, and there's two windows that populate. On the bottom left right here, you can see all the life cycle emissions from the modification of that resource. So for the results for the pathway of liquefied natural gas as transportation fuel from North American natural gas, this is showing the kilograms and grams of emissions per million BTUs. If you do click on this, you can change your energy setting, and it'll update those results accordingly. Over on the right here, you can see all the processes that make up this pathway to produce this 1 MMBTU of the product that you're looking for. In this case, liquefied natural gas as a transportation fuel from North American natural gas. As I said before, that I wish to change the leakage rate during storage, so I can go over to the storage process over here, the LNG bulk terminal storage as a transportation fuel. If I click on the main title of it, it's going to open up a new page. Here you can see all of the inputs and the source that this process makes up. Because this is a storage and transportation, there isn't much to it. But over here, the one I'm interested is in the losses. So liquefied natural gas right here, main output 1 million BTUs. If I click on losses right here, it'll bring up another menu. This right here is going to pre-populate it with the default loss rate. But let's say that I improved my storage technique and I got our loss rate down to let's say about 0.3% from the original 0.8% that's in GREET. So it'll update those emissions calculations right away, and it'll show you the amount of liquefied natural gas available after your losses. And I can go on and click on Apply, and that's going to update it in this page. Go on the bottom right and click Apply again. What that's going to do is update all the pathways that would be affected by this process change. In this case, it is just 2 of them, liquefied natural gas from both North American natural gas and non-North American natural gas. So I'm going to click on OK. And that's going to update all the GREET values. One more thing you have to make sure you do before you go into Teams is come up here to Results after you've made all your modifications and click on Calculate. What that's going to do is it's going to repopulate and recalculate the entire emissions after you changed with those modifications in the process. So that's going to update it. Note that if you don't do this and you enter the Teams module with the modified values, because of a limitation in GREET, it will crash. So if your program does crash, not a big deal. Open it back up, make your modifications again, but make sure that you're recalculating those results. Now would also be a good time to save your worksheet if you wish to, so that in the future you don't have to go back and make these modifications. So once I've made those changes, I'm going to go up and open the Teams module. And for just demonstration purposes, I'm going to keep it at default because that's what I did for before we made the modifications. So then we can go and look at our what changed. So I'm going to run the simulation here. Go to our main fuel, liquefied natural gas from North American Natural Gas. And it's going to do those calculations. Now here, if we compare it to the calculations gotten previously for the well to pump, we can see that the numbers did change. In fact, because we decreased our loss rate, improved efficiency, we are using about 1,000 million BTUs less than the previous process. And then that's going to affect your emissions rate. So there's a basic overview on how you can change and modify existing processes within GREET. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at sln7755@rit.edu or speak to Jamie Weinbrake.